welcome back. This is video 3 of the Crossroads Cardigan Crochet Along. In this video, I'll be showing you how to work the lower body, including the pocket openings. Before you begin this video, you should have already completed the upper back and the front panels. So now that you have finished the upper body, we're going to begin working the lower body. You should have your project right side out, and you should have the corners of the front and back panels joined at the underarm. Now, looking at the front panels, you'll see that you have a yarn tail at the inner edge of one side. This is where you're going to join your yarn to begin working the lower body. My yarn tail is on this side, but it could just as easily be on the other side of your project. Either way is correct. So we'll begin by joining our yarn in the first stitch, and then we're going to work our next row. But first, I'm going to tell you how to figure out what row number you're working. Now, if you take a look at the pattern, you'll see that the row numbers for the lower body correspond with the row numbers for the upper body. So if you finished your upper panels with a repeat of row 2, you'll work a row 3. If you finished with a repeat of row 4, you'll work a row 5, and so on. Another important thing to remember is that you have to increase your stitch count by 1 stitch in the first row. This is because the combined stitch count of the upper 3 panels won't work out for this pattern, so we have to add a stitch. So I finished my upper panels with a repeat of row 4, so I'm going to work a row 5, which is a chain 3 and double crochet across. Now, as I'm working across, once I'm close to the middle, I'll simply work 2 stitches into 1 stitch, creating an increase. It doesn't really matter where you do this, but I recommend that you do it somewhere near the middle just to make it less noticeable. All right, I've completed the first row of my lower body. You can see I chained 3 and I just double crocheted across. When I got to about the middle of my back panel, I placed 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, creating an increase. And then I worked the rest of the way across. Okay, so now that you've completed your first row, you're going to continue working in the pattern. The lower body is the same stitch and row pattern as the upper body. Rows 2 through 6 are chain 3 and double crochet across. Row 7 is chain 4, which counts as a double crochet and chain 1, fork cluster and chain 2 across until you have only 1 stitch left, and then you'll chain 1 and double crochet in that last stitch. And now you're going to continue repeating rows 2 through 7 until you have achieved the length where you would like to add the pockets. If you take a look at the pattern, I have made some suggestions for pocket placement according to your height, but you're welcome to put your pockets wherever you like. The only stipulation is you have to finish with a repeat of row 7 before placing your pockets. So next I'm going to show you how to create your pocket openings. We'll start by chaining 3 and working the amount of double crochets specified in the pattern for your size. And then we're going to use the foundation double crochet to create our pocket opening. So to do that, you'll start off by yarning over, insert your hook in the same chain space that you just finished working, yarn over and draw up a loop. Now you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull that through 1 loop. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you've created your first foundation double crochet. You'll see that the foundation double crochet has a top and a bottom. The bottom is these 2 loops right here. So now we're going to create our next foundation double crochet stitch. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook through these 2 bottom loops right down here. yarn over and draw up a loop. Next, you're going to yarn over and pull through one loop. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over and pull through two. And now you have 2 foundation double crochet stitches. Now you're going to continue working foundation double crochet stitches until you have a total of 20. So you're going to do this 18 more times. So I'll show you again. Yarn over, insert your hook through the bottom 2 loops, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now that you've created your 20 foundation double crochet stitches, I'm going to show you how to close the end. First thing you're going to do is yarn over and insert your hook through the bottom 2 loops of your last foundation double crochet stitch. Okay, now you can put your hook down for a minute. And we're going to count the stitches just to make sure that we put the closing at the right spot. So you're going to want to count 21 stitches. Your first stitch that you're counting is where your first foundation double crochet lies, which is in this second chain in this chain 2 space. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the 21st stitch is this chain right here. So pick up your hook and you're going to want to insert your hook underneath that chain, yarn over, and then you're going to want to pull that yarn through that chain space and through these first 2 loops so that you'll only have 3 loops on your hook. And then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now you've created a double crochet while at the same time closing the end of that pocket. So that is your first pocket opening. Next, what you're going to do is double crochet in the next amount of stitches that correspond to your body size. And then you're going to repeat the instructions to create your other pocket opening. And then you're going to double crochet in the amount of stitches also recommended for your body size. Okay, so now that we have our pocket row done, we'll continue working the row pattern. This pocket row technically counts as row 2, so you'll begin with row 3, and you want to repeat rows 2 through 7 of the lower body until you have at least 10 rows. You can do more if you like, but you'll need at least 10 to cover the pocket insert that we're going to be adding later. For your last row, you'll want it to be a double crochet row, so a repeat of 2 through 6. And you will have to work 1 decrease into that row. So as you work the last double crochet row, when you get to somewhere near the middle, you're going to work a double crochet 2 together. Then you're going to continue working that row as normal, and don't bind off at the end. Okay, so since I'm only doing a tiny demo, I only did 5 rows, but you are supposed to do 10. But you can see in my last row here, I worked a double crochet 2 together in the middle, making 1 decrease. And that's it for video number 3. In the next video, I'll show you how to work the lace rows as well as the bottom edge and the front ribbing. Be sure to keep checking the Cal group to see when I release that video. I hope you're having a great time making your Crossroads cardigan. Please keep posting your photos and don't be afraid to ask questions if you get stuck. You're always welcome to message me privately if you prefer. Until next time, happy hooking!